one of the biggest issues that we see here in the office is lead hip internal rotation and being unable to really turn through that lead side, right? Getting jammed up here, that's going to cause an exit of some sort. Some people are turning their foot out to give them a little more runway, right? Which is going to cause another set of issues. We go about creating that left side clearance a little bit differently. Now, the one thing we have to think about when we're talking about left side clearance is where our midsection is. So everything when it comes to your ability to like turn and create a move back, it always has to do with the position of our guts, essentially, like our non-contractile tissue that's here in our abdomen that your body is essentially taking up away from gravity. We bring it back down, and then we need to be able to clear it out and away this way. So if we imagine, we'll just use this, right, because this is the same consistency as our midsection other than the muscles around it, right? So our body is taking water away, right, as we go up in the backswing, going up like that. From there, we need to create some timing so we could drop it back down, and then we need to reflect it away in the opposite way. If we don't, right, if our timing is wrong, if we're not moving the gut position the way we should, it's going to come up, it's going to slam down, and then we're going to not be able to reflect it backwards and actually wave it up again. And we end up just driving into this kind of like crappy internal rotation scenario that where you don't get a lot of internal rotation, you might start to see positions like this where you're coming out away from the ball. So what we want to do instead is think about the whole positions of this. We use a half pipe analogy, learned this from Mike Kay, where if the golf swing is we're taking ourselves up one side of a half pipe, we got to drop ourselves down, and then we have to exit the half pipe in a similar manner. One of the ways that people tend to create left-sided clearance is a lot of jumping motions, right? Jumping out, the Tiger Woods snap of the knee in order to create that turn. Now, all I'm really doing is setting myself up for an ACL sprain and a problem down the line. So instead, we need to create a really strong position. We need to create strong breaks here, because if we're thinking energy is coming up and then coming down, we need to create a good wall here for our body to bounce up off of, reflect that motion backwards, and that's going to create that turn. So we talk a lot about creating pressure in the lead side and applying brakes. It's not just for creating speed and whip of the club. It's actually for clearing your body out of the way, clearing the midsection out of the way, and allowing you to turn. So one of the ways we like to do this early is creating a little bit of a setup where we're working on getting and driving this foot into the ground. If we're able to drive, not snap, not drive backwards, if we're able to create like a real good rooted foot here, the body is going to turn into that. And now I'm going to create this turn throughout my swing, and I'm going to emphasize that braking position where we're not having to snap our knee, we're not having to jump out of the way. So we want to set ourselves up kind of staggered stance where I'm really emphasizing that strong wall, so to speak, where now we can start reflecting our energy. Energy is going to propagate up here. It's going to come down. We're going to stop it, and we're going to reflect it backwards without having to do all this accessory nonsense that actually doesn't load up to anything, doesn't become a sum of anything good for you down the line.